idea that I'm establishing today is the idea of simultaneous equations. Do you know what simultaneous means?
Yeah, at the same time.
At the same time, right? I've been showing you how to solve just one equation, one at a time. What does it mean by solving simultaneously? That's what you'll find out today. So let me start. Don't talk until after. Yeah? From about year 8, and what I taught you at the start of this topic, I showed you how to solve linear equations with one variable in them. So this one here, 2x plus 3 equals 7. How would I find what x is? How would I get rid of the plus 3? Opposite of adding 3. Take 3, so it's going to be 2x is equal to 4. What's the 2 doing to x right now? So what's the opposite of that? So if I did 2x over 2x is equal to 4 over 2, x is going to be 2. You can do that. That's what we've been doing in the last week or so. There's an added complication of simultaneous. Why? Because you can't right now solve an equation if there's 2 variables. X plus y is equal to 9. Let's do what I've shown you so far. How would I get rid of the y? What's the opposite of adding y to something? So I could, you could do what I've shown you. X is equal to 9, take y. That's all well and good, but am I any closer to knowing what x is right now? Because do I know what y is? So it's not any better, all right? But if we have another equation that relates to the same variable, we can find both x and y. When multiple equations refer to the same variables, they're called simultaneous. So the first notes would be this in blue. We show the equations are simultaneous by grouping them with curly brackets, for example, this. So can you first get this section in blue? When multiple equations refer to the same variables, they're called simultaneous. We group them with curly brackets. Are you going to get that down? You're just going to remember. We'll do an example with Kanye. Why not?
Your examples are always like I used it.
What's wrong with Kanye?
You always pick things.
Kanye's a legend. He's gone weird though. He's gone a bit weird, huh?
So what am I
He
writing?
stopped taking his meds, that's why.
What am I writing down?
That's why he went weird. He lost his Adidas partnership.
Laura's taking too much meds.
Well, no, he specifically said he stopped taking his bipolar meds. And that's when he started going bad. Yeah. But you don't write it down anyway, do you? I thought, yes, you just don't. Anything in blue. So the idea today is the idea of simultaneous. Do you know what simultaneous means?
Same time.
Good. So what we're learning about today is why would you need to do equations at the same time? It's when you have equations that have 2 variables. I can't work that out right now with what I've taught you. But if I have 2 equations that refer to the same x and y, I can find them. Right? Get that little blue to start off with, and then we'll look at Kanye.
You want in all that multiple and
Don't. Control yourself. After. Give me time. Did you get your device up? Did you get your device up? Get your device up. I don't have a number to charge from. Are you able to share? I don't want to force you to. You guys get pretty close as you can.
Yeah.
No, him. He was scared.
Scared.
Scared what would happen to him. That's enough of that. You're saying it quiet, so it's not getting picked up. So again, when multiple equations refer to the same variable, they're called simultaneous equations. We show they're simultaneous by putting those curly brackets around. They don't have a sharpener.
Well, nowhere in the room.
Well, I'm not going to take his. It's his stuff. Is there one? Okay. All right, let's have a look at Kanye. Kanye is new to the school. He doesn't know the prices at the canteen. He's got crippling anxiety, so he doesn't want to go in there and ask them the prices. But he knows that his friend Kane bought 1 pie and 1 sandwich, and that cost them $9 total. And his other friend Kim Ye bought 2 pies and 4 sandwiches for $24. Kim Ye was a bit hungry. Kim Ye is buying 2 pies and 4 sandwiches, smacking down $24. So we can actually use algebra and simultaneous equations to solve this. If I said that x is how much the pies cost and y is the price of the sandwiches, could I do some algebra to say what Cain bought? If Cain bought 1 pie, how much would the price of that 1 pie? It'd be 1 times by, what did we say x represented? The price of the pies. So 1 times by x, or 1x, plus, did Cain buy sandwich as well? How many sandwiches did he buy? And what is the price of the sandwich? What variable did we use to represent y? So 1x plus 1y equals, how much did it cost him? 9. Good. We cannot solve this yet because there's 2 variables. But do we have another person that bought stuff from the same canteen? Now that you helped me come up with this equation, what would the equation for hungry Kim Ye be? 2 what? Plus? Well done. Equals? Good. Shh, boys, keep it down. Do you guys agree that the x and y in these 2 equations refer to the same thing? Was it the same canteen? Good. So we can write that they're simultaneous. 1x plus 1y equals 9. 2x plus 4y equals 24. And we can put the curly brackets there. So just write this. Therefore, we can write that represents the canteen situation.
Do we solve it all?
That's what I'm showing you on the next slide, right?
So what are we just trying to find how much everything costs?
Yes, because he doesn't want to go in there because he's scared. Yeah?
Well, when he had to go in there to buy stuff anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
Is that what we're doing, or did I miss that Monday?
they're having a head start. This was on Friday. It is you. I'm just cutting down. You guys are going to do everything? All right. How do we actually solve that? Wait, are you still copying that? You're still... Okay, get that, please. Stop grabbing his shoulder. Man, stop touching the shoulder. What did he say? My shoulder, I've got big shoulder. Because I carry this class. All right, let's see how to solve it. So the next notes to get would be that actual full example. How do I solve simultaneous equations graphically? I showed you last lesson, how do you graph lines? Now we're going to use that theory to actually solve situations like this. So can you get those 2 steps down, please? How do I solve simultaneous equations graphically? Graph both simultaneous line equations on the same set of axes, according to the form that they are, general form or slope-intercept. And then 2, find where they cross over, find where they intersect. These coordinates are the solution for x and y. So get the steps down in the rectangle, get the example down about Kanye, so that you have that, that could be an example to go on your cheat sheet. You're being quiet. I don't mind.
This is Monday. This is Friday.
Yeah, last.
So. I'm trying.
Because when you said haha,
I must have done the wrong one.
so I whacked it and said haha.
Oh no, wait. I did that. Did I press the other?
Yeah, whatever they're doing that.
Oh, sorry. This one.
Get yourself in.
Grafting simultaneous line equations. What are you pointing at?
And I want to do, I can say 10.
All right, let's show you how to solve it. Shh. All right. I'm not going to go through how we came up with these equations because that's what you helped me out with before. How do I graph that? Well, in previous lessons, what form is this in? Is this slope-intercept or is that general form? Slope-intercept, y is by itself. So this is general form. How do I graph something in general form? I make y equals 0 and find x. I make x equals 0 and find y. So let's do the maths for this. X plus nothing equals 9. So what's x going to be? X is equal to 9. So that tells me that top line is going to have a dot at x is equal to 9. How do I find the y-intercept? I make x equals 0. 0 plus y equals 9. So what's y going to be? Also 9. So I have a dot up here. Could I draw a line between those two dots? I've only drawn one of the lines right now. Let's draw this one. I'm going to make y equals 0. 2x plus 4 lots of nothing equals 24. What's 4 lots of nothing? Nothing. So what's left on the left-hand side? 2x is 24. What's the 2 doing to x? What's the opposite of multiplying by 2? Divide both sides by 2. X is going to be 12. So you've got one dot there. Is one dot enough info to draw a line? So how do I find the y one? Well, what did we make 0 last time? We made y equals 0 here. So if we make x equals 0, we're left with y. So it's going to be 2 lots of nothing plus 4y is 24. 4y is 24. What's 4 doing to y? What's the opposite of timesing by 4? Divide both sides by 4. 24 divided by 4 is going to be 6. So y is going to be 6 there. Do I have 2 dots? Can I draw a line between those? No. You'd better hope that I can. Do those 2 lines cross each other? Whereabouts are they crossing? They're crossing at 6. 6, 5 or 3?
3.
3. So the intersect is 6, 3. So your solution is what did we say x represent? X was the price of the pies, right? So what is that saying? The pies are $6 and y $3 for the, what was the other thing they were buying? Sandwiches. $3 sandwiches and $6 pies. It went from, we just had words, we made it into simultaneous equations. Then from last lesson, what did we do? We drew those lines, because that's what I asked you to practice last lesson. We found where the lines crossed each other, and that solved the problem. Kanye now knows that the pies cost $6 each and the sandwiches cost $3, it didn't have to go in there, okay? That's a really contrived problem, but you can see how if I don't know something, I can find out unknown things.
I do it wrong.
You'll have a ruler for the rule thing, okay? So I'll stop recording there so you can chat.